Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre the Game, my dear guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Gamer's Thoughts discussion. And we're going to talk about DC Multiversus. I'm a little there's not a whole lot to really say that would be positive about this because it was supposedly open beta. Since when do we charge for open beta? Just a question. Since when do we charge for open beta, and especially charging tiers for open beta for people to make purchases for this game? And on top of that, you had separate microtransactions. Ooh. I would be pissed if I had been somebody who put their money into this, especially knowing that the game was going down at the end of June, for them to relaunch it later on with no specified guarantee that, hey, everything you put into this, you'll get it back. There's nothing guaranteeing. Not saying that that's not going to happen with, I think the name of the team is Players First. Just saying there's nothing specified, so there's reason for people to worry. But I'm just like, and that's a horrible name to have with what they just did. Players First, like you put players first, or players the first sacrifice in your Hunger Games. Kind of want to clarify that. But it's just, I understand that they were trying to make this be a competitor to Smash. A lot of people have tried. I think they probably got the closest, maybe. But Smash doesn't do this. Smash doesn't say, hey, you can play the game up until this point after you've paid for it, and then we're shutting it down, and you can't ever play it again. I don't think that's ever happened with Smash. Now, there's a difference between taking games offline, not being able to play them on a network, versus just completely taking the game down. And I'm going to assume that means that this game is reliant on online features to be able to be played. Otherwise, you should still be able to play it afterwards. And if it is reliant on being able to be played online, that's also going to be a problem. At this point, why not treat it like early access and just leave what you've already done up and then just work on stuff behind the scenes? Versus saying, oh, hey, we're shutting everything down at this point. Now, again, I could be incorrect on a bunch of things. I'm not saying I am. I'm just looking at what I see. At least what I've seen so far. Because I haven't dove much into Multiversus, and there was really no point in me diving into Multiversus. At least not for myself. It looked interesting, but I didn't feel the desire to play it. Other people did. And they paid into this product that is now going to be shut down, at least temporarily, for at least 6 months. At least 6 months. I feel like that's a kick in the crotch. That's an unfair way to treat people that have supported your product. So it's like, hey, it's okay to take your money. It's okay to use it to further our development, and it's also okay to take the product from you completely. Even though you paid into it so it would be available on the current platforms it's available. Yeah, that sounds a lot like a kick in the crotch. And it would be understandable if there are a mass amount of people who are highly upset about this. So, where do they go from here? Do they backtrack and say, hey, we're going to leave the game up, you'll still be able to play, we're just not going to add any more updates until such and such a date? probably the safer bet. Or do they attempt to refund people who may be mad and are upset because they were not expecting this? Because they described it as an open beta, but an open beta with a pay gate is not an open beta. So, yeah, because an open beta should be available and open to anyone that has an available means to download it at that point. So, where's the open part of this? Because once you put even a penny on the gateway to get into it, it's not open. So, again, what were they plotting? What were they planning? Because there is no way in the world that this is just going to blow over well, unless they really truly got the community that's into this game hooked by the balls. that's the only way. And though I haven't really dove into people's reactions for this, the news itself is enough that I got upset for those people, and I'm not even really interested in the product. So, I mean, again, I'm not sitting here trying to put anybody down or anything, but it's just like this is a horrible look. This is a very horrible look, and it's not going to go over well for the majority, especially calling this an open beta, because now we're redefining what certain terms mean. Open beta means open to public, open to anyone. You put the pay gate on, it's no longer open. Now, if you want to say it's a paid beta, I mean, it sounds a little weird, but hey, that's exactly what it is. But I don't think anybody expected that this would be timed and then shut down. And especially, most open betas are not that long. This has been available for what, months now? I don't even remember exactly when it became available for people to start playing, but beta testing usually isn't that long. It's not that long of a process. So what were they doing with all this time, and what are they still doing with all this time calling this a beta? That's another question. I mean, hopefully it just means that they're trying to tighten up how the game works and tighten up the controls and stuff a bit. Maybe make their own distinctive setups for their characters and such to differentiate it from Smash more, but still keep a similar style. I really don't know. I don't have an answer for that, but it is something to be questioned, something to think about. But yeah, I don't really want to drag this on too much more because there's not a whole lot to really say about it, other than I hope that players first know what they're doing, because this can end up being a huge stink that could literally tank Multiversus and keep it from actually reaching its full potential. So they better find a fix quick. Other than that, thank you guys very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me, and until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out, everybody.